Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back my good friend Maddie Corman, and she's got a one-woman show that's going to be premiering in New York called Accidentally Brave, and I'm going to have her on the show today to talk about that. I also want to ask her about, she had a role in the movie Mickey Blue Eyes, which is turning 20 this year, and I want to ask a little bit about that too. Maddie is really nice and really fun and very talented actress, you know, going all the way back to the 80s with Some Kind of Wonderful and The Adventures of Ford Fairlane and stuff like that, as we chronicled on the previous interview. I'm pretty excited to have her on, and it's going to be pretty cool. So here is my new interview with Maddie Corman. Hey, Maddie, welcome back.
Hi.
How are you?
I am a little crazed, but I'm mostly good. How are you?
Oh, just enjoying the freezing cold we have over here.
Yeah, it's pretty cold here, too.
Yeah, we got that kind of California cold over here in the mid-30s.
I'll see your California cold and raise you New York cold.
I'm so cold I can make a Slurpee in my belly button.
Nice.
So before we get into your one-woman show, I wanted to ask you, oh my God, you had a role in Mickey Blue Eyes.
I did.
Yes, what was that like?
It was awesome. I had just moved back to New York, and it was kind of my first big gig after leaving LA.
Mm-hmm.
I always think I'm never going to work again, and that was a really big, fun get that I got that part, and kind of a surprise because she's very Italian and I'm very not Italian, but I think Italians and Jews are kind of similar in a way.
Yeah.
And I had always been a very big Hugh Grant fan, and Harry, our director, had done Kids in the Hall, and so I was a fan of his as well, and shooting it was great. I mean, it was a little crazy. I think I fainted. I know I fainted one of the days of the wedding scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was really hot, and I probably forgot to eat or something. So I did faint, but all was well. I survived. And in between shooting it and then the premiere, I had a baby. So I remember bringing my little baby to the premiere, which was because it was one of my first times leaving the house with her, and they said I could bring her. So I strapped her into the baby Bjorn and went to watch the movie, and I laughed really hard, not at myself, but at everything, and I was being worried I was going to wake her up, but she stayed asleep.
Oh,
I don't know if that's saying a good thing or a bad thing, but it was fun. I like that movie. There were a lot of things that ended up on the cutting room floor of me and other things, but I did have a great time. Those guys, it was kind of at the time that they were shooting, auditioning and then shooting the pilot for The Sopranos, and a lot of the guys in the movie were doing that, and I remember kind of hearing about it, and then it turned out to be The Sopranos.
Wow. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. Hugh Grant had a career like no other because he gets famous off of Four Weddings and a Funeral, which was probably like his 30th movie or something. And then 1 week before 9 Months comes out, he has that sex scandal, and it actually helped his career. And I can't think of anybody who's ever had a career like that.
Yeah, I remember that as well, and I remember being like, how would it be to be with Hugh Grant? And Elizabeth Hurley was there, too. She was the producer on the film,
Mm-hmm.
and they were very much a couple. And I remember thinking it was so weird how not weird it was. You know, he's really one of the most charming human beings you could ever meet. And I thought maybe it would be strange to be around someone knowing that very intimate part of their experience. And it was really not an issue. He still was incredibly charming, incredibly nice, and they seemed like a real couple. And so maybe that implanted somewhere in my mind as I'm about to start talking about my own darkness in life now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it when he talks into the dictation recorder and he says, "Note to self, watch Goodfellas and The Godfather 1, 2, and 3. It's a great line.
Yeah, his New York accent really was funny, and Jimmy Caan was amazing. I mean, it was really so much fun just to be in the hair and makeup trailer and listen to those guys talk. All the different guys, Paulie, Walnut, and Jimmy, and all those guys. They had great stories. There was always good Italian bread being brought to the set. I remember enjoying that a lot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Burt Young is in it, too.
Burt Young.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great cast.
Yeah, can you believe it's turning 20 this year?
Well, I can just because I have a daughter who's turning 20, so I keep up with that timeline.
Yeah, and Kelly Macon, the director, he's Canadian, I believe.
Yes. And
yeah.
You know, Canadians. No, I'm kidding. Canadians are the nicest.
Oh, they are. I've had so many Canadian guests on the show. They are the nicest people, and they have a sense of humor that's just as dirty, if not dirtier, than Americans.
Yeah, but they're polite about it.
Oh, absolutely.
You make a dirty joke and then apologize.
I haven't really heard the apology from them, but yes, that's the stereotype. So let's talk Accidentally Brave. This is a one-woman show. How did you come up with it and start writing it?
I came up with it because it's true. It's my experience of these last couple of years, which have been really challenging. And I never had any desire to do a one-person anything. I really tend to be a character actor who's part of an ensemble, and I love actors, and I love being on stage or screen with other great actors. It really makes my job so much easier. But this particular story is about a time where I felt very much alone, even though maybe I wasn't always literally alone. It was how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like the best way to tell this story was, for me to write it, not let somebody else tell the story. And so I did something I haven't done, which is write a play, and wrote it just for one person, which was also, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Right now, it seems just insane as I'm in my dressing room getting ready to go into tech rehearsal. But yeah, that's how it seemed to be. I kind of didn't think it through entirely, to be honest. It just really, I know, kind of hate when people say this, but in my case now, it really was true that it just kind of came out of me in some way that I have a pretty strong spiritual belief, and it felt like I needed to do this, and it just sort of came out.
Wow. And so it's purely autobiographical?
It's autobiographical. I'm sure there are people who will see it and go, that's not the way it happened, but it's my version of what happened. It's how I felt, how I experienced the last couple of years when my husband got arrested for possession of child pornography, and what the next couple of months and now years have been like for me.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take for you to both find a producer and a venue to perform it in?
Well, I started writing it with a very good friend who, I wrote it, but she really encouraged me along the way. She's a wonderful director who is now directing the play, named Kristen Hange, and she has directed amazing things like Rock of Ages, and I've worked with her on a couple of films, a cute Hallmark movie called Your Dumb Diary, in another film called Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List. And she and I worked on it very privately because I really was just terrified of even saying it out loud. And then we did a reading, and it kind of with a very small invited audience, and it told us, the reaction was, oh, you do have something here. Oh, this is a piece of theater. It's not just something I should do as a TED Talk or a book. It really felt like a piece of theater was the right way to go, and it really wasn't that long. I've worked with and have incredible respect for the producer, Daryl Ross, and we invited her to come see a reading that we did in, October. So it was really just a few months ago, and within 24 hours, she said, I'd like to produce this piece, and I would like to do it at my theater. She is not only a great producer, but she also has 2 theaters here in New York, and she wanted to do it in her space, and I love the space. It's very intimate and cozy, and it just felt right. So it didn't take long at all.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like she also helped a little with editing it, it sounds like.
She just has very clear vision of what a good play is. So yeah, I definitely took some notes from her. But she's also incredibly respectful of me as a writer, which is surprising and lovely because it's not my main gig. And she really just said, you've written something beautiful and I want to produce it. So that gave me another boost of confidence that this really is something worthwhile.
Oh, wonderful. Is it mostly going to be a tearful, emotional show, or is there going to be some...
Oh, gosh, I hope that it's mostly funny with some good emotional moments thrown in, because that's, I think, who I am. Just because something scary happens, it doesn't mean you stop being funny. And I think I'm a funny person. So, and there's just, any situation, there's some absurdity in it. I'm not saying I make light of a situation that was very dark, but there's always room for humor. Mm-hmm. So I hope that if there wasn't any humor, I think it would be unrelenting. So it's, I hope it's both.
Oh, yeah. You got to have the balance between tears and laughs,
Yeah.
So have you done any test shows?
No, we start previews on Monday, March 11th, so it's coming up. Right now we are in Tech Week, which means we're doing all the sound cues, the light cues, the music, the projections. So it's gone from me in a room by myself to me in a theater with many, many incredible designers helping to support the story. We have really gifted artists working on it. So that's incredibly exciting and also really scary.
Is there an anticipation and an advanced word hype or any of that?
That's what I hear. I hear there's a buzz, but maybe people are just being nice. But yeah, that's the word that is getting back to me.
Mm-hmm. You got a lot of stage fright?
I don't have stage fright. In a weird way, I'm more comfortable on stage than having lunch with people, especially talking about this. But I have fear just of the response.
Mm-hmm.
I have fear that people won't like it, people won't like me, people won't like my family. That is a real... I tend to be a kind of frightened person. So it is kind of a crazy thing to do this. But the way that I was helped in the last few years to get through what was a really, really hard time for me was with other people, sometimes total strangers, sometimes friends who I didn't even know had certain stories, sharing some of their truth with me. That really, really helped. And so there's a part of me that just feels like that's the service that I can give back, is being honest and telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. And what does your husband think of the idea?
Well, I say in the play, and I'll say it to you, I can't tell his story, and that's his story to tell. So if you want to know, you could talk to him. But between us, when I asked him that, because a lot of people have asked me that, he said, I'm really proud of you, and what we as a couple have learned, we as human beings have learned, that when you keep things secret, they fester, and when you shine a light on things, they can heal. So that's kind of our belief in our marriage now and in our lives. So that's how he says he feels. I choose to believe him.
Oh, that's good. That's good. If the show gets successful, will you have plans to do more one-woman shows?
I don't have any plans to do more one-woman shows, but you never know. I never had a plan to do this. So life is funny sometimes.
Yeah. Do you know how long you'll be doing the run for?
Yes, the run is scheduled for March 11th through July 14th.
Wow, so that's 4 months?
I think it's 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's 4 months. I'm a good writer, but I'm not very good at math. So I'm trying to stay in today. I'm trying to just do, what is today, Tuesday? I'm trying to just do Tuesday. But yeah, it's a nice long run.
It's going to be completely in New York?
So far, completely in New York. Let's hope that we maybe take this other places, but for now, we're in New York.
And after the show, do you do a meet and greet?
Oh, God, probably accidentally on my way out, but every day is a meet and greet for me because I live in New York, so I ride the subway, I walk around, so you can meet me and greet me. Walk around.
The key word is accidentally.
Yeah.
What are you going to wear during the show?
I wear jeans and a t-shirt and a sweater. Very casual, just like I tend to be in real life.
Mm-hmm. Are you barefoot?
I am.
I figured because I saw the Twitter pics of you barefoot.
Yeah. I like to be barefoot. It kind of, just to be literal, it grounds me. I feel more in touch. So, yes, I am barefoot.
Yeah, I saw the one you had where you had black toenail polish.
Yeah, that's gone. But my feet are still there. They're still barefoot, but I think I have kind of a mauve pedicure now.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do silver on mine this week. I had a friend on the other day. She said that she had silver, and it kind of inspired me to do that.
Nice, I approve.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I'll do that and stuff.
Do it.
Yeah, because once
If I can go on stage and tell this story, you can certainly do silver toenail polish.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, in the spring and summertime, I do colors like silver and pink and purple and sometimes white French tip with sparkles on them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do elaborate colors like that and stuff. So before I go, I got this really funny joke that I think you might like that I like to tell guests.
All right.
Okay, Cinderella is about to go to the ball, and she's on her period, and the fairy godmother gives her these magic tampons and says, okay, you have to be home by midnight or else they'll turn into a pumpkin. And she's like, okay, fairy godmother, I will. So 12:30 a.m. rolls around, and she hasn't shown up yet, so fairy godmother's pacing around the house. Then she finally does show up at 4 a.m., stumbling drunk, and fairy godmother says, where were you? You were supposed to be home by midnight. And Cinderella's like, I'm so sorry, fairy godmother. I met this great guy, and we danced all night. His name was Peter Peter.
Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, that's one you can tell to your girlfriends while you're having a dinner party.
Okay.
Okay, so when does the show start?
March 11th,
So March 11th, that's next Monday.
this
And
coming Monday. Ah!
yes. So I hope the show is a great success for you, Maddie. I really do.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it, and I hope you get to come see it.
Oh, I can only hope. I've never been to New York, and I've always wanted to go there.
Come. In the springtime, it's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to LA next month to visit for a week and stuff.
Wonderful.
But
Well, let me know if you're here. We'll get you tickets.
oh, I sure will let you know and stuff. Do you know if it's going to be recorded at all?
I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I definitely think that a play is always best to see live. So if any of your listeners want to come, you can go on accidentallybrave.com, and all the information to get tickets is there.
Awesome. Well, Maddie, thank you so much, and I hope your tech rehearsal goes stupendous. And
Thank you so much. I hope so too.
yes, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, it's always great to talk to you, and thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Maddie Corman. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Maddie. I hope your show just blows the lid off of the one-woman show industry, because you are so awesome, and I adore you. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.